Hey guys, welcome back to Defeating Hair Loss. My name is Steve, here to educate you tonight about some facts about hair restoration, hair transplants specifically. I'm starting to do some rollout videos of be careful with kind of weird advertising and marketing. And I don't need to be the nicest guy in the world, I really don't. But I don't want to hurt anybody's business, and I don't want anybody to think that, I'm trying to say that they do horrible work or whatever you want to call it. But obviously, there's red flags out there that I may have either fallen into or been a victim of. The bottom line is I'll never name any names, I'll never name any clinics, I'll never name any doctors, never name any specific locations, even countries. So buyer beware. We talked about in a short video a couple weeks ago, some of these clinics are advertising just right off the cuff of 5,000 grafts, 6,000 grafts. Usually it's FUE. This is kind of a MO I'm seeing out there. And my skepticism is, of course, like I said in the 60-seconder, is they don't know the size of the patient's head. They don't know the caliper of the patient's hair. They don't know like the density of the hair. They just don't know anything, obviously, because they're just throwing out, a banner of an advertising flag that they're doing, all these grafts in one procedure. Well, the first thing I'm telling you is that's very damaging for 99% of the patients to do that in the back of the head because of the scar tissue it creates in one procedure. The point tonight is that I think a lot of these places are also kind of alluding that when you go to a clinic that gives you a bona fide quote, an estimate, you're talking to someone that really knows what they're doing. They look at a zone. Let's just say for this video, the hairline front third zone. Now, that's normally about 2,500 grafts on a bald guy. The point here is that you cannot pack the hairs any tighter. You cannot pack the grafts any tighter if you're a top clinic than what that need is. But sometimes we get confused because we're learning, and I'm talking to all of you out there. Hey, if 2,500 grafts gives me a result and I'm looking at that doctor's website and he does some pretty good work, well, this other clinic says they can put in 5,000 grafts. So A, it'll be thicker, and B, maybe I'll have to do it once. Well, that's not where we should go. And through this channel, you can, take a look and see how I educate you to understand that. So number one, we always want to plan on 2 procedures. But number 2 is if someone's claiming that they're doing double of whatever when it comes to this kind of value sales pitch of, hey, that doctor over there that's been doing this 20 years, that's board certified and tells you need 2,500 grafts in the frontal zone. Well, come on over here. We'll give you a good price. We'll do 5,000 grafts. So don't be misled that it's going to be thicker. Now, not to talk out of both sides of my mouth, but if you have more zones, that's where you can put more grafts. However, then we go back to my problem with taking out too much at once. So there's a legitimate argument that more grafts is better to cover more surface area. There is no legitimate argument that someone is going to pack them tighter than these top doctors that you and I talk about all the time. So that's a little misleading. And then the third thing is it's extremely damaging to take too much hair out of the back of the head. I see it all the time. I would never tell you where they're coming from. You probably can figure it out, where they're advertising 5,000, 6,000 grafts over and over and over and over to try to reel you in and create this value that you're paying less money, getting so many more grafts, and that's going to work for you. I see what it does, and it's horrible. So be very careful out there. Again, you guys that are watching these videos, I know you do your homework and you're not going to fall for that stuff, but I'm just going to bring it to your attention. Hey, I hope this helps you in your shopping and your education. You're looking for a hair transplant, restoring your hair. Don't forget to like and subscribe.